What's going on, everybody? Primetime CP23 here with another vlog. Today I'm just going to briefly be talking about some of what I think are going to become my favorite cards from the new Hearthstone set, or Hearthstone expansion, adventure, whatever you want to call it, One Night in Karazan. So far I've been really impressed with these cards because rather than having one or two cards, just for instance, like Reno Jackson, like Dr. Boom, that essentially changed the whole meta. This set appears to be just a bunch of really solid cards. Maybe nothing that's going, maybe no one or two specific cards that are going to completely shift the meta, but we've got a couple cards that are going to build a few decks, and we've got a couple cards that are just really good additions to some of these other decks. And I'm just going to point out a couple of my favorites. These cards are by no means the best cards in the set. I have not been keeping up with the meta at all. I'd actually been sort of taking a break from Hearthstone the last 2 months, so pretty much June and August. Pretty much all I've done is kept up with my quests and got into like the top 15 ranks for the month. Normally, if I really grind it out, I can get somewhere between rank 10 and rank 8. I'm not a great player by any means, but if I put the time in, I can usually be in top 10 ranks. And just to clarify, I do not mean top 10 legend. I mean rank 10 or rank 8. I have never been to legend. That is a goal of mine. But right now I've been focusing too much on Halo. Focusing too much on Halo work and creating YouTube videos like this. So hopefully later on in the year. It is currently August 23rd? August 23rd when I'm recording this. Hopefully by the end of the year I've made it to Legend at least once. But anyway, so what we're going to do is I'm going to end this clip right here, and then I'm going to record commentaries on each of my favorite cards. And then I will go and get pictures of those cards to put up on the screen so that you can see what I'm talking about. So make sure and stay tuned. Okay, so right now I am just on Hearthstone. I'm just going to scroll down the list here, and we will discuss what I think are going to be my favorite cards in the set. Okay, so starting right off the top, we're going to start with Arcane Golem. I personally have not messed around with a lot of heavy spell decks pretty much since the end of Freeze Mage before Standard came out. But I think what this card is aimed for is to just give you an 8/8 body that will make your Yogg-Saron decks a little more consistent. I don't know that that's really that great a thing. I don't really know how I feel about Yogg. I don't have Yogg yet, but from what I've seen, it is an incredibly inconsistent deck, and I just think Arcane Golem is going to give Yogg-Saron a very reliable minion. Next up, we're going to go with Menagerie Warden, and it's possible that I'm mispronouncing that. I'm not going to claim that I'm perfect. But 6 mana on a 5/5 body, that's pretty typical. A lot of the 6-drop minions these days are 5/5s because of their abilities. And this one is no different because you choose a friendly beast and summon a copy of it. Now, before this set, I wouldn't really have considered that a particularly great card, but the fact that now we have Enchanted Raven makes it a good card. Enchanted Raven makes Menagerie Warrior a better card, because now, if you want to wait until turn 7 to play Menagerie Warden, or, innervate it out on 5, whatever you want to do, what you're going to do is you're going to play Enchanted Raven, a 1-mana 2/2. Then you're going to drop Menagerie Warden, get a 5/5. And then because of Menagerie Warden's ability, you're going to get another Enchanted Raven. So we're talking 9/9 in value on 3 bodies total. 9/9 total value on 3 bodies. For 6 mana. Well, for 7 mana, technically. But that seems really, really good. And of course, there are other options if you want to play some other beast cards, but that's the one that sticks out to me as the main card that will be used with Menagerie Warden. Okay, so now we get into what is probably my number 1 must-play card out of One Night in Karazan. That is going to be Ironforged Portal. Ironforged Portal, I think, is going to be the only of these portal cards that's going to see a lot of play. What it does is a 5-cost spell, gain 4 armor, and summon a random 4-cost minion. That's pretty big, because at 5 mana, typically in what seems to be the current meta for 5 mana, you're going to either play a Azure Drake, a 4/4 minion to draw a card, or you're going to play a Blackwing Corruptor to deal 3 damage and get a 5/4 body on board. And that, of course, in Dragon decks. But what Ironforged Portal does is it gives you a 4-cost minion at random, which there are some bad 4-drop minions, but you could also get some really good ones. You could get something like Bloodhoof Brave, that is a card that a warrior deck is going to play anyway on 4, and playing it on 5 isn't terrible. You could get something like Axe Flinger. Chillwind Yeti, a vanilla 4/5, is still not a bad thing to get off of this portal, because you're also gaining 4 armor, which is 2 hero powers, or even just 1 hero power if you had already played Justicar Trueheart. So you're getting a 4-cost minion, plus we'll even argue that it's after you've played Justicar. We'll argue that you're getting a 2-cost hero power plus a 4-drop minion for 5 mana. It's a pretty good deal, right? And finally, we're going to end out the list with Prince Malkazar, something like that. I don't know. I don't play the actual World of Warcraft game, only Hearthstone. I probably butchered that pronunciation, but whatever. So, Mr. Prince here is a 5-mana 5/6, not a terrible body. And when the game starts, you add 5 extra legendary minions to your deck. to me, that says Mel Rogue. I love Mel Rogue. It's a lot of fun for me. When I play Mel Rogue, I'm not playing to win. I'm playing for fun. I'm playing to troll my opponent. And I think adding 5 extra legendaries to my deck is something that will just be fun. It'll make it so that it's harder for me to get into fatigue with Mel Rogue, which will expand the game. I think it will just make Mel Rogue better, and that's a huge plus for me. So, and in addition to that, it's a 5 mana 5/6, so why not? Alrighty, we are going to call that the end of the list. If you've stayed tuned this far, make sure to tell me how stupid I am down in the comments, because I'm sure this list is very incorrect. I'm sure that I'm sure I will receive some hate from anyone who watches this, because these cards may not be the best cards. They may not be what will be the most played cards, and I could be totally wrong. I may end up playing these cards and not liking them at all. But from my first glance, those cards seem like they will be a lot of fun, and they seem like, and the set as a whole seems like a really good set, and so I'm really excited just to get my hands on the rest of the cards. Right now I have made it through the first 2 wings. I think the 3rd wing opens tomorrow. I could be wrong on that. But anyway you look at it, I'm excited. I'm going to try and start getting back into playing Hearthstone, maybe even streaming it. But for right now, that is all. Thank you for watching. Make sure and like, comment, and subscribe. And always make sure to share with your friends. This is Primetime CP23. Peace.